So uh, today actually we are going to see the like we have covered most of the things actually which is required actually it's part of the 7.1. Okay, this is actually like this is a new thing which is added into the 7.2.
Mukesh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Manoj,
Yeah.
Manoj offline, went offline.
So uh, can you quickly mute from your end? Okay, thank you. Yeah. So today we are going to see what is the DCO, like how you do the direct capture of objective. So there is one phase actually in Pega that is called as elaboration or grooming. So what is the purpose of different purpose in elaboration? What's the benefit out of the elaboration? What is the role of a business architect in elaboration? And what are the different key activities and a business architect need to perform during the elaboration one? It's not application design. Okay. So that's the elaborating of the like your requirements and everything. We do actually like in Pega we call it elaboration or grooming. Okay. So before that, actually, if you say what is the need of iterative approach? So why we go for an iterative approach? Why we need like a collaborative approach? So because see, actually one person doesn't have all the knowledge. So if someone actually, if you say you are in building an application, some person has different knowledge. Some person has actually like related to an application. So you are creating an application. So you need to interact with all of the different stakeholders. So different stakeholders have different views as well. So if they will provide the different context and different things, so that the role of a business architect to coordinate with everyone, get the requirements, so in a collaborative way, so that the requirements will be clearer to everyone. So that's the first thing actually like we need a collaborative approach when we are designing an application or we are going for grooming of the requirements into specification and designing of that. And again, iterative. So the design cannot be completed at one go. We need multiple iteration to get to the final sign off. So if someone need put a review of the same, okay, it's done from first the prototype and then we require more in-depth one. So that actually like some of the knowledge maybe like just one liner. So we want to increase into multiple lines to describe that one. Some of the complex logic need to be required multiple attentions, so that required more inputs, more information about the same. So that actually we have iterative and collaborative collaboration. So that's why that is required for any application when we start onto the grooming or when was to the design and specification written onto that. So what are the different purpose we are going to happen with that? So once actually we like our application, when we start onto that, in the elaboration phase, what we are going to do that, all the architecture, like the systems which is already in place or not. So if you are going to include new application or you want to make some more changes into it, if all the your architecture or infrastructure in place, like that will be scalable or not. So that we need to take care onto that. All the like planning, all the requirements are actually stable, so that we need to take care of that one. And then all the risk. So that also we need to take care on during the sessions. We need to take care of the different type of risk which is also which is associated with your application. So this is actually like concept actually not related to only Pega. So this can be applied to all applications. So this is what we actually we are going to discuss is the which is actually like given from the Pega point of view. Pega's from Pega point of view, what is actually we should do and what are the different purpose, activities and role of a BA in case of Pega handling the Pega projects or any other project also it can be used the same. So we need to understand the architecture requirements and plans are stable. all the risk of the projects. So if we say we have not sufficient resources, or we don't have the proper infrastructure, or multiple projects are using the same application, so that might impact other risk as well. So that we need to discuss that also during the grooming or elaboration phase. And then if actually like, the application can be actually like a change to an existing application, or we are going to create a new application as well. So we should, if we are going to create a new applications completely, we should create the architecture prototype for the same, so that we can get to know how the different applications are connected to each other, what are the different interface integration points, so that we need to understand onto the architecture onto that. And we should consider also the different scenarios which is involved as well, like mainly that are to like different integration point of view, and what are the different actions or users were going to do onto that, the complete specification onto the high level view of that one. And then we need to make sure that during the grooming sessions, all the requirements which actually we are going to get from the business, and how that we are going to do that. What are the different steps we need to get that requirements, how we can make that requirements, and the design point of view. Like you can say you have a requirement that you have a document, you want to print that you have created a UI, you want to convert that into a PPT or a PDF. So what approach we are going to use for the same, like which approach, which tool, or which something industry standard you are going to use for the same. So that actually we need to finalize that bit. So what are the different requirements, how that you are going to be design that, how you are going to accept it. So that also we need to capture that details as well. And most of the time, if you say it's depend on to that, in Pega point of view, it depends how you are going to create your application. Are you going to create a solution framework, or are you going to use a like from scratch on the Pega rules itself? So if you are going to create from Pega rules, so in that scenario you don't need to understand other features which is provided to Pega. You like mainly like depend on to the user's requirement that you are going to implement in Pega. But if you are going to use any Pega provided solution framework, then actually like the elaboration sessions change to mainly like gap analysis. So if you say we do actually like in the grooming session, we need to discuss that, okay, this feature is there, how you can tell us that, or if this feature is not there in the framework, that we need to build upon that. So normally, so that's the difference between your, when we do the elaboration onto the Pega framework, or we are doing onto the normal Pega base onto that Pega rules. So that also we need to check onto that, what components we can reuse from framework, what are the different things we can analyze that part as well. And then we like all the things which we say we have prototypes, all the things will be like going to be created, and that will be shown to the all the different stakeholders, and we should get an agreement with everyone. Okay, this actually like we are going to build, and this will be like visible to everyone onto that. So that actually like we should get an agreement with everyone. And also one thing is that timing and cost. So whatever actually like the requirements actually we have, and we should make sure that all the things actually will like your application or infrastructure and everything, whatever we have designed and everything will be in a reasonable budget, and all will be in a proper timeline. So if it's actually we have committed to that, it can be done in one timeline. So we should it's achievable. So if you say we do actually like estimation for the same during that, so that actually we can say, okay, in the design time we can get to know, okay, this feature or this like use case is going to take this much time. So we can plan as well onto that as well. Okay, this much requirements we can capture in 1 month, or with how much time we are going to do, handle onto that. And then the final thing is the supporting environment developments and all the best practices we are going to follow in our applications. So that also we need to create that as well. So that's the main all the purpose of your elaborations. So then elaboration timing, actually like how much time we want to go for that. So sometimes elaboration phase of any project might go for, HFPC is a new project, it may go for 1 month. And is in Pega best practice says that it should go for 1 month if it's a new thing, so new application and it is like a big one, so then you should go for a 1 month of elaboration phase. And if it is like it changes to an existing environment, it can go with 1 week or 2 weeks if it is a short one. So that's depend on to the timing onto that. We can decide onto the how much the elaboration phase of any project should go. So that's mainly like we have discussed about the purpose of elaboration. The next is your role of a BA during the elaboration. So actually like, okay, as a business architect, what we do, actually like we do requirements analysis, we actually interact with the business users with different.
Mukesh?
Yep. Yes,
I am still in slide number 2. So are you changing the slides also?
1 minute. Yes, I changed it. Did you see the purpose, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay, fine. Sorry, it's okay. Actually, when Manoj left, right? So actually, I just okay. Yeah, you came, but yeah, on the time I just didn't share my screen. Okay, I was just stop that one. Okay, sorry. So this is actually like we just I described this purpose. Every particularly just describe this bit onto that. The next one is your role. Okay. So what the role of a BA in during the elaboration or grooming phase? So as a business architect, what we do is actually like analyze the requirement. We need to interact with different business stakeholders to get the different requirements. And we actually like as a business architect, actually like we ensure that all the necessary details actually which is actually required from the requirements to build the application is available and it's properly documented. So that's the main role we do with that. And then they work with the different stakeholders, and from the different stakeholders we get that different feedbacks, different requirements, and all that need to be collaboratively from there need to be gather in a particular one place and need to be distributed with everyone in the organization who is going to be interested or going to be part of the build onto that. So that's the main work of the BA. So in the BA, in the elaboration phase, they are actually like going to do everything. Actually, like the main was actually in Pega, it is given to the Pega business architect do main of the this analyze part of it. So they are going to do the coordination of the sessions. So they are going to do the feedback session, what actually like going to be captured into during the sessions. They are going to capture everything, and they actually like if they need some help from the technical things on the UI or anything, they might take help from essays during that sessions onto that. So the sessions contain many people into that. So when we are conducting the sessions, we need to understand that who are actually like the stakeholders, who are actually like is not there. So what we should do. So that's we need to understand that. So main role actually when in the elaboration phase, what is the final outcome from the elaboration phase is the if all the stakeholders are happy or all are in agreement with the design, whatever actually like in the elaboration phase of the requirements and what we are going to do, and we have got discussions and everything, and finally we have seen some of the prototype of the applications. So they have, okay, agree with, okay, the screens looks like, okay, this will be look like in this way. Then actually like, okay, that everything actually like your model and all the things will be the prototype of your application will be get an agreement with the all the stakeholders. So that actually the first part, and the other thing is the project team or the development team. So they should also know what actually they are going to build. So they should know what is the proposed design, and they should also understand all the requirements and specifications. So once it like that is done, that's the part of the BA is done. As okay. So the two things, stakeholders and the developers. So there is one on the business side and one is the development side. So you need to be liaise with both. So you actually like acting as a bridge between both of the medium, business stakeholders and the development team. So what are the different activities we need to do into the elaboration phase? So in Pega, actually elaboration comes in like we're going to discuss more on this different activities. So before going into these activities, like okay, you have a session. Like how we are going to conduct the sessions, right? So which all stakeholders we are going to participate, okay? If they are available or not. So all the things actually Pega provide different best practices for the same. So like tomorrow sessions or day after tomorrow sessions, we'll see some more actually like, okay, what we should do before the session, okay? What we should do in the session, what we should do and the ending of the session, what we should do and like onto the post of the session, how we can plan for the next sessions for the elaborations. So that we should know everything is actually planned. Actually like there are different criteria. Okay, one stakeholder is not there. What we should do? We should cancel the meeting, or we should carry on, or how should we progress onto the elaboration phase. So all that things will come actually as a Pega best practices was Pega as says that we'll see that one into the future sessions. Whom we should invite, and what are the related documents if it available we should share with them. So there actually Pega provide different activities onto that one. So different sessions, how we can conduct the elaboration sessions, Pega provide different best practices for the same. So that's the same way. So what are the different activities as a BA into the we need to play onto that? So first thing is that all the requirements and the specifications which we are actually going to be as part of the DCO, it should be properly articulated, and we should have a working prototype. So at end of the grooming session, we should have actually like a prototype of the application. So after that, that can be enhanced and more features, integrations or anything which we require can be added into the prototype. Okay. And the next thing is we should look for the improvement. So if you say actually during the discussions, we found that, okay, this process is happening in this way, and we can improve that process in a different way. So it's like if they are doing some things in the manual way. So if actually like some of the features can be automated, so we need to look for that actually how that can process can be automated. So that will improve the return of investment. So we need to look here onto during the elaboration phase that things as well. And apart from that, okay, we need to look for the new opportunities as well. So what actually business like looking forward to improve their business. So they actually, if they can be include any new features or new improvement can be added with the existing application, or a new application is required to improve the business needs. So that's actually like going to improve the business onto that. So they can propose the new part of it. So that's actually like on to that. So we can go for process improvement, we can go for the new business needs, Sorry. Just a minute. Yeah. So normally, yeah, that's we are talking about the activities. So there's the four different activities as a part of the, we need to introduce that. So all the things actually, apart from that, actually there are side activities which are we told. We need to ensure that before, during the sessions and end of the session, post elaboration sessions, and for the next initiation of the next sessions. So what are the things we should be going to do during that one, elaborations part of that. So that is the separate activities we need to perform that from the main activities. So that actually told, first thing we need to be the prototype of the application and all the specifications, and we should be clear onto the what actually we are going to be the proposed solutions. And all the, if you have any separate from the discussions, we got any process improvement or new business needs and everything, that also can be discussed during that. And finally, like your the agreement between your signed off documents. So finally, end of the session, we should have signed off documents for the specifications and the prototype. So whatever the UIs, mockups, and what are the flows we are going to follow, all the use cases, all should be in agreement with both project stakeholders and the development team, project team, you can say that one. Okay. So that's the main, like today actually I'm not want to stop this one. Actually, like we don't, so tomorrow actually we're going to see what are the different concepts related to when we're going to start the, before elaboration on grooming going to start, what are the different things we are going to consider onto that. So next 15 minutes we'll see the questions onto that. Actually I told that we are going to do that on Saturday, so we have not done that. So we're going to take around 15 questions in next 15 minutes, so that we'll get to understand that. So we're going to do in 7.1. So I'm going to present that 7.1 screen. No, it's yeah. So this is actually, like you can see, this is actually one good document onto the dumps itself. So you can expect actually around same pattern of the questions in this one. So we'll start from the start actually, so that it will be better. We can able to complete other bits. So we'll take the first 15 to 20 questions into this. Okay. Will I do this way? Yeah. So it will be, we can able to get that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Mukesh, do you have dumps for 7.2 as well?
No, 7.2 dumps are not available in the market. Actually, like that is, you can say that is the 5 months old only. Actually, like it started in June only. It was not there before. So it started in June for 7.2. But I'm going to provide you actually around this actually phase, right? Your application grooming and all that. So I have around 100 questions related to that. But that's not the dump actually, but you will expect the same type of questions in 7.2. So that actually I'm going to share with you as well. So that will be around 100 questions. So I'll try to do that. They actually just some of the things are old one. So just want to format that one. So might be tomorrow I'll send you that one.
Okay.
So normally we should
So
go
will
for
this
7.
be this exam is pretty much the same as 7.2?
If see in 7.1 and 7.2 that actually we have already discussed, right? Actually, like in 7.1, if you see the course structure, so there you have application design, application analysis is newly introduced in 7.2. Okay,
Yes,
so that it
so
will
that's
become
the
around,
difference. Okay.
yeah, that is the around 35%. So between 7.1 and 7.2, so around 60% is the common between that. The case designing, your application design are all remain same. So that actually, like we can say around 65 to 60% is common between 7.1 and 7.2. So they've
Okay.
introduced the new one is application analysis. So that actually the DCO and all other things will be part of it.
Okay.
So from this one, actually the dumps you can expect around that again, since 7.1 dumps is there, so that is the 65% will be in 7.2.
Okay.
Yep. So when writing a specification in Pega 7, which of the following would ensure that they are clear and concise? Use language that describe how the specification should be implemented to achieve the optimum solution. So that's the one of the answer, right? So it's we need to choose two of them. So if you say in all the questions, it will be like if it is multiple answers, we can get the options. Like if you have to choose one or two onto that. So first A is fine.
A and D?
I think A and C.
Yeah, actually, like we should give that it should what it should not allowed as well, right?
What it
In the
should
requirement.
not do, it is going to cover so many things that what an application should not
No,
do.
no. Actually, like it's not like all. It should not like if you say you are displaying one thing, can you able to edit it or you are able to modify it? Like what you can modify, what you cannot not modify. So that thing actually like you should able to show that you can't this one. So that
But
information.
I don't know about this, but practically what I face situation, what the developers, whenever I'm writing the specification, so what feedback I used to get is that I should not include those scenarios which the development team is not going to work because it is going to confuse them. That
Yeah,
why it,
actually
if
one.
we are not going to do it, then why it is in the specification. It should not
Okay.
be included in the specification itself because we are not going to do that thing. So that's why I said C.
Yeah, actually might be the development teams doesn't need that, but for your testing team might need that. Because if they are going to try to do it, okay, some of the features actually if you say you have to restrict them with some of the options, and if it is not there, they will be available onto that, right? So if you say the delete should not be there, and if you say actually like if the delete is allowed, so I think it should be D as actually normal one, it should be D. Actually what we see like some, it's not about like, okay, if you say I'm going for an insurance, actually I will write actually I will not provide the banking solutions into it. So I'm not saying the context, it's actually should be different onto that. So it should be in same context, what should be, we should not provide. So if you say we are providing loan, so what is say actually, okay, we cannot provide the loan more than 5 lakhs. So that actually we should not, like that information wise, we should provide that information. So it should be A and D.
Are these confirm answer that the answer is A and D, or it's just we are discussing?
You are right, actually it's A and C.
Okay, because I was confused. I have to face this situation a lot when my team come back and they tell me that this should not be in the requirement, why you have mentioned this scenario when we are not going to do it. So it leads to more confusion. That's why I was just asking that, are you sure about these answers? They are correct or not? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, because see, actually like this question actually na, always B rule actually like it's a vast one. So somewhere actually like it's different, somewhere it's another one we need to, I'm hitting mouse, not mouse, so you know, that. I got the answer, sorry. So select two statements that are more true of the specification. They define for a case type should be small and granular as possible. They cannot be added once application development begins. Is it true? Select two statements that are most true for specification. They define how, yes. They define how application developer plans to satisfy application requirement. They cannot change once specification development begins. I think B and D is the same thing, right? They cannot be added once application development begins. They cannot begin change once application development begins.
With an existing specification, we cannot usually change once development begins, right? Like we have to do a change document. It's a pretty rapid process.
It's a CR should be come onto that. Yeah, actually, like if you say the requirement, so normally that doesn't happen into the, like if you see actual work when we do, we keep on changing the requirements and actually we update the specifications again and again if the development begins as well. Yeah, but as a best practices, actually once it is signed off, it cannot be done again. And we should be strict with that. If any more changes is required, we do that from the new change request or any new versions of the signed off document. So if you say one is signed off, so we go for 1.1 or 1.2 after that.
Why, Mukesh, it's not A?
If you see, actually, if you say small, like if everything will be not there, right? Specification should be like it's everything should be there. We can't make it small, and it need to be defined with.
Okay. Specification is just one part of the whole process flow. Or specification here means the whole process flow. It means it relates to one user story. One specification is for one user story, right?
Yeah, right. So actually, if we see in Pega, actually like specification can be added in many places. So it's like in a flow label, in a case label, you can go for assignment label. So in different places, you can add the specifications. So you can require, okay, this assignment is for this one, so you can associate a specification with that. So in the case type, so that is the top level. So you have a complete case. So case is like it's, we can say multiple steps, multiple sub case within that. So if that will be a small one and this not properly defined into that, then all the things will be not there into that. So properly, like specification means that everything should be clearly defined, and actually like if you need more information, then we should provide that information as well. I'm also confused with this one.
Right? Yes.
Actually, I'm also not confused with this. Actually, like the census looks. I'll check this one. Actually, I'll check this out once again. What should be for this? Actually, the answers. Why we should not able, like if the development begins, we can able to add that as well.
I think it's like add new specification, and changing is for changing the existing app specification. We can change the existing specification, like if we have thought of one functionality.
Yes, actually yes, we do that in Pega. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
But we can't add functionality when the application development has already begun, because then it is going, we are going to create a new user story for or new specification for that.
Right. So I think that's actually like the main thing is that like when we start the application build, all the prototypes of the specification is added. We should not add a new. But again, if you say you have missed something, actually you have development, you have started and you have missed one of the specifications, and so you can't add that one.
I think if it is related to that functionality, then we can add it. But if it is altogether a new functionality.
Yeah, but the question actually doesn't say is in this one, so it's actually confused.
No, if it is to the existing functionality, then we are just changing that functionality.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come back to this one. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not sure if this answers. It's actually confused one.
I think it means, according to me, I think it would be A also, because they are defined for a case type and should be small and granular as possible.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check that out soon. Okay. The next one. Select 3 ways that a correspondence can be generated from a work item during the flow.
Option, right? When reaches a correspondence shape.
Yes. No, there is no correspondence shapes.
But in 7.1,
no, in 7.1 and 7.2 there is no correspondence shapes.
Oh, okay.
We have a smart shapes. You can say F. Send email smart shapes is there. No correspondence shape is there.
Okay. Notification. Yeah. Configure.
Yes, that's right. D, F. One more below something. Yeah.
B.
No, it's not correct. There is no correspondence shapes. This answer is wrong also. B is not there. There is no correspondence shapes available in Pega. D and F is only the right one. So it should be, actually it should be written as utility shapes into that. Yeah, okay. The answer is A. Actually there is a local action send correspondence. So that need to be done. It should be A. We have a local action to send correspondence. So it should be A, D and F. So the answer is not correct in this one. It should be A, D, F. Oh, I don't know, it's like the terms actually like not correct. Okay. Okay. A work party used for notification purpose typically contain information about it.
because work party means a group of people assigned to a particular.
Work party. Actually, in Pega point of view, it should be a person. Work group is actually like it's a group of tasks which is there, and we are not assigning. In Pega, work group is different. All the answers which is like is different is coming into this. It should be person only. It's actually will notify to a person. We don't notify in organization, unit or work group level. We notify the person level or the.
Mukesh, can you explain work party again? Sorry, I think I'm confusing it with work group. How is
Yeah,
it?
work group is different. So if you say work parties actually we normally comes with the three different type. We can say customer or owner or interested parties.
Oh, right. Okay.
So right, so there are three type of work parties we introduce. So like if you say if you have a claim, insurance claim, so who is the claimant will be the customer, who is handling that case, that will be the owner of that, and if you need some an approval from manager or some sanction or actually like a lawyer, adjusters, so they will be interested parties onto that.
Okay.
So it should be person. It's all the three is not true. A, B, C. So like we can say customer, owner, and interested party. They are all persons. So they will going to communicate, right? We are notifying to them. Like we are not going to notify the unit, division, or work group. So it should be person only. Yeah. Report editor does not allow us to perform which of the following tasks. Choose two.
Control the volume of report data.
Yes. You can add a filter. Okay, when we are creating the report, we can.
Is it copy a report?
Yeah, you cannot copy the report there. Yes.
Okay.
So both things. Okay.
I know that ad. So
No, we cannot do both of this. The question is if report details did not allow us to perform which of the following tasks. In that, like we can add the filter in report editor. Actually, the best thing actually in editor only we are going to do the filtering. And we can specify the drill down reports as well. Actually, if we are going for a summary report, we can specify which drill down report we need into that. This is I think the question is it should not be here. If it is AB, then it should be report editor does allow us to do that too, and if it is not, then it should be both that too. Okay, fine. Actually, we'll see that one. Some of the things I've not seen this one before. So, okay. The report editor allows to configure which type of rule. Yeah. So this is actually a report definition. So normally, when you create any report, right? Actually, I think I told that actually Pega provide a template. So all the things which is actually when you create a report in report editor, there actually in the behind, it's creating the report definition rule. Which statement best described how to add a report to a report category? Yep.
A or D?
It should be A. Actually, that actually I told about the shortcut, right? Actually, when you assign a report to a particular category, it's create a shortcut rule for the same. So if you say like that, this answer is wrong. Report cannot be added to category. That is completely wrong. Reports are not automatically added to the category. That's also wrong. It cannot be added automatically. And a rule set is different. So if you are going to edit the rule set, like how will you define the category? You can't define the category there. So all these three are wrong into that. Again, it's it's actually it's right answers in this one is all the answers we are getting wrong in this one. No, reports are not getting automatically added to the category. We need to create a shortcut rule if you want to do that. No, actually we don't automatically going to do that one. Today it's your, yeah, okay. I'll check once again, okay, I'll just, once again I shall see the answers and actually we'll discuss. It should be A only for this one. We don't, reports are not automatically added to the appropriate category. We need to define the reports where it should be, we are going to create. Okay. So this is actually you need to understand PY. This is all. So this is your PY work status. A data model consists of except. So we have object relationship with that. We don't have validation into that. We have data objects, data type, but we don't have validations for the same. Oh. Do we have validations in that? In data model, we define the attributes as well. What are the different attributes we required? We define the attributes with that in the data model. Don't know actually all the questions are coming in. I don't know actually if these questions are relevant or not. When developing an initial entity relations type, it's not necessary to document standard case data such as. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Actually, all the things are actually. What I'll do actually, I'll just verify these answers. Actually, I might be this wrong. The answer is not proper in this one. Some of the answers actually comingly wrong in this one. So not sure how that authenticity of this document. I'll check actually some of the documents I have actually some of the questions for the 7.1, not the dumps one, the other one. Actually I'll send that one. So might be actually this questions are not proper in this dump one.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually the answers is not true in this document.
So this is from where we got this?
Actually, there is this site actually Actual Test. So they are actually providing the demo like a mock test for the Pega application, like softwares. So they actually like some of them might one people have got this one, so he is providing to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can take online tests also, like mock tests online.
Yeah, there is actually they charged actually some of the they're there, but I'm not sure how good that one. I've never tried that one. So there is actually a lot of you see look for CPBA mock test. You will get some various onto that. This one test paper, actual test. So this is that they are doing. So might be
So that's the one.
Yes, right. So they provide not the complete document, they charge for the same. Like we can see $150 for that. So actually like if one person got that one, he may forwarded it to everyone. So this is like one way, and you can see some more actually. So many are actually like providing the CPBA. So if you add the
So
pizza.
for version 2, 7.2, we have it here or not?
Dumps are not there actually. If you see there will be no mock test as well. So 7.2 actually there is very less. It's not there because various people have not gone for 7.2 now. They're still actually using the 7.1. If you see in industry wise, okay, for business architect, okay, it's not major point actually if you are in 7.1 or 7.2 because that will be changed. But for as development point of view, if you see major of the applications which in the worldwide, they're in 7. Mainly like if you say 50 to 70% of the application are running in 7.1 only. So if the new developments which will be going to come, that will be going to be in 7.2. So that is like very rare in that now. So if any new development will come, that will be in 7.2. So all other things in 7.1 only. So around 50 to 70% of the Pega code now in 7.1 versions. So most of the places actually, because this is started 3 years before, right? So 7.1 started in 2013, end of that. So it's almost 3 years for 7.1. So that's why actually dump started after like 5 to 6 months. Actually many people have gone for exams. So they take questions from them like what are the different exams came and like that way. So they take the answers and then everything from them and try to prepare the mock test for the same. So might be like it will take time when if the mock exams for 7.2 will come.
So which website here is more authentic or reliable here?
Not sure.
You're not? Okay. No, but when personally when you might have taken certification, which dumps or
Yeah,
how?
Actually, actual test is good. Actually, like actual test is always good. So if you see for actual test, they are good. They think this is the old one. Yeah, this is actually like old one. Actual test is good. Actually, like all the questions actually we see for my 3 certifications. Actually, like I saw this one. Actually, it's good. Actual test questions are always good, but I'm not sure about this document. Actually, most of the things are not coming as actually expected. So 7.1 CPBA questions. We need to check that one. Others, yeah. Passport shows they're actually low way. Actually, they are providing many things. So this one actually how much they are charging? Yeah, they are charging $120 PDF plus testing engine. So they are last updated in September. So you can see the demo. Okay. Yeah, I think you can try this for something. I'm not sure actually about CPA one. So we need to try this one. Okay, I'll check some of the other things and I'll update you on that one.
Anyone attempted the exam 7.2, like to your knowledge?
In 7.2 CPVA, no.
Okay.
Actually,
Because
like
in the
they are still doing in 7.1 only. They're not trying to do in 7.2.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, actually many I know actually they did it in 7.1. 7.2 there is very few people have done that. I'm not sure actually who has done that as well. Like I look in my company also they have not done in it's been yeah, so mainly like we have around 100 people in CPBA trained people in our company. Actually just checking in the PDN how many are there. So around 100 people are in there, CPBA trained people are there. So mainly they have done in 6 or 7.
right.
7.1, yeah, 7.2 they are not done that much. Okay, okay, so we'll stop now for today and then we'll continue on the before elaboration, what are the different steps we should take care of that, and if some situation arises, what we should take action on to that one, we'll take care on that one. And then we'll see that during the elaboration session also, what are the things we need to cover that for. Okay, okay. Thanks everyone. We'll be coming back to my mind. Thank you.